Hello folks, Mama Jo here. It's a hot day here in West Virginia. I think 97 degrees right now. So it's pretty hot in the kitchen and I'm trying to cook in the kitchen here for you. Today we're going to make American goulash. And most of us know how to at least brown our ground beef. I have decided to use ground chuck because I prefer ground chuck over ground beef. So that's what I've done. I've taken 2 pounds of ground chuck and I've already browned it and I've drained it. Now, if you would like to add onions to yours, you could cook your onions, your chopped onions, along with your ground meat. And I'm going to get some of these other ingredients together and show you what we're going to add to this pot. Okay, like I said, I've already browned my meat and I've drained it. And I'm going to add onion powder because my husband doesn't like chunks of onion. I'm going to turn the stove on medium. Okay, I'm going to add a tablespoon of minced garlic. I'm going to add about a tablespoon of onion powder. We like onion, the taste of onion. So about a tablespoon going in. It actually calls for 2 teaspoons of salt, but I think that with the other ingredients that have salt in it, I'm going to only put in a teaspoon. You could adjust it to your taste, to your liking, so I'm just only going to put a teaspoon in. Okay, a half a teaspoon of ground black pepper. It calls for just a pinch of cayenne pepper. And it actually does not make it spicy if you're worried about it being spicy. So I'm just taking a pinch. Two tablespoons of paprika. Okay. 2 teaspoons of Italian seasoning. Two bay leaves. Had to grab my spoon. Okay, I'm just stirring that together. Okay. Next, we're going to put in 32 ounces, which equals 4 cups of chicken broth. I guess you could use beef broth if you wanted to, but chicken tastes well with it too. Okay, let's add a 14.5 ounce can of petite diced tomatoes in tomato juice, the whole thing. Okay, I have a 23 ounce jar of marinara sauce. I'm putting the whole thing in. Now we're going to rinse this jar out with 1 cup of water that's going in too. So I'm going to pour that in here. I'm going to put the lid on and give it a shake. Okay, this is going in. Now we need 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. See what I mean by the salt? There's plenty of salt. You can always add salt, but it's hard to take salt away if you add too much salt. There are tricks for doing that though also, but we're going to try to avoid that. Okay. You'll need 2 cups of elbow macaroni. I actually got the large one this time to put in. Okay, stir everything to combine. We have a couple more ingredients, but we'll add it at the end. Okay, at this point, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the lid on, and I'm going to bring this up to a boil, but I'm going to keep an eye on it, kind of a low boil, and until the macaroni is cooked, and I'll bring you back. Okay, folks, we're back. Let me tell you what I did. The last part you saw where I put the lid on it, I did take the lid off because I don't want that extra condensation building up to it. So I took the lid off, and once it came to a boil, I stirred it occasionally, and I actually turned it down from medium 4 for me. I have an electric stove, and it ended up turning it down to 3 because it was a little bit boiling too much. So once it came to a boil, I put my timer on my stove for 10 minutes, and that was perfect for the macaroni. And now what I've done is I looked for those 2 bay leaves, and I removed the bay leaves. And at this time, the only other things that you need to add is a 1/4 of a cup of fresh parsley. That's going in. And then I have, this is optional, I have a cup of sharp, I think it's extra sharp cheddar cheese that I'm putting in. And I'm just going to stir everything together. It's hot, it's going to melt really fast. And I'm going to bring you back because Michael is dying for a bowl of this. And
welcome back, YouTube. Taste test for the goulash. It just smells absolutely amazing. The whole time Joanne was in there cooking it, she's like, "You gonna do a taste test?" I'm like, "Oh yeah." Smells delicious. Very good. The broth is awesome. The noodles are good. The beef kind of makes it. Definite thumbs up. And with fall coming, that'd be a great meal for the fall. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Come back and check out the next video. See what Mama Joe's cooking for you. Have a good night.